Welcome to the latest New Haven Independent Vlog News Summary direct from our assignment desk, otherwise known as my compost heap. Let's see what stories we're working on at this hour. Well, I'm about to do something dangerous. I hope it doesn't get me kicked out of the country. I'm gonna wash a car, clean the windows, wipe off the suds. Now you might think that's a good thing, especially if a teenager has a job doing that. Well, Estras is a teenager, 18 years old, Wilbercross High School student. ICE agents went to the car wash where he worked, snatched him up, sent him out of state, tried to get him out of the country without a hearing. Thankfully, his lawyer at least got that part stopped. Think about it. This is just the latest outrage of these ICE agents. They have a quota to get as many people out of the country as they can. Not people who are dangerous, as they said, all undocumented people without even due process. People like Estras who are contributing so much in our community. He's a teenager who even went up to state capitol to testify about healthcare policy. He had a job at a car wash, which got him, might get him kicked out of the country. It's backwards. That same Trump administration, they bring in other people. They got the Tate brothers, Holocaust-denying rapists, to save them from prison abroad, brought them here with a special effort through immigration. Man, is that backwards and cruel. This poor wallet, it's all empty. It's barely a wallet anymore. It must belong to a Metro North commuter because, man, they keep raising the prices. Another 10% increase was approved this week. It's going to cost $20.25 to commute off-peak New Haven to New York, $27.75 on peak. Now, I understand prices go up, costs go up over time. You're going to pay more for a ride. But what I don't get is why, while we pay more over time, does it take longer and longer to take the same train trip? 1970s, under 2 hours, easy to travel New Haven to New York, well over 2 hours now all the time. And they even think it's going to take decades to cut that back a little bit. That's backwards. Public gets ripped off. Well, I got my bathing suit. I guess that means I should rush to the waterfront property known as Sergeant Drive. At least people say it's waterfront, but it's not waterfront. Yeah, there's a harbor there, but first what you're really staring at is a highway with fumes and trucks. Well, some people said it's a neighborhood, Sergeant Drive. It's not a neighborhood. Nobody lives there. People barely walk there. It's for cars. It's a suburban-style campus built for factories and corporate buildings. The city had wanted to move the App Foundation's methadone clinic there from Congress Avenue. It is the perfect place. It's not in a neighborhood. It's not waterfront property. But those excuses were given by people to kill it, and now they have. The Ellick administration couldn't get it past city plan administration, and the opponents declared victory, including politicians running for office who exploited addicts, because we do need to have good places for treatment that doesn't hurt neighborhoods the way the current place does. The politicians using this issue to scare their constituents so they can claim a victory are no different from drug dealers or other people who run scams involving addicts, exploiting them for their own purposes against the public good. We all lose, and now the outcome is that clinic is still in the worst possible place, right by a school, right in a neighborhood on Congress Avenue. I see you because this window is kind of transparent. You know who's not transparent or what's not transparent? The Board of Education, and they should be. I'll give you an example this week. Finally, there's a new contract for paraprofessionals who work so hard in the classroom and still make so little they sometimes have to be on public assistance too. State Arbitration Board gave its ruling, but then the Board of Ed decided not to have the ruling take effect right away. They dated it so that one para who's a single mother who's making under $25,000 a year couldn't benefit from the awards raises, which gets modest increases, like some who are making 23 are going to make 24,000 a year. That was cruel, but here's the part I don't get. The board went into an executive session to make the decision about when this award makes effect. How in the world should that be? So the reporter for The Independent, Maya McMadden, went to officials afterwards to clarify, why was this an executive session? Why did you make that vote? The superintendent of schools did not even dignify that question with the response. Neither did the Board of Ed president, Orlando Yarborough. They kicked it to their lawyer, who said there's nothing that needs to be clarified, so we have no comment. No comment to the public about how you made a public decision and why you did something that on the face of it looks incredibly cruel and vicious. Maybe it isn't, maybe it's not, but it wasn't an isolated incident. All along, this Board of Ed does not give answers to the public and does not feel it's accountable. It needs to be, because they're dealing with big budget challenges on such an important job of education our children, and we should all be on the same side. We can't be the public and the Board of Ed. If the Board of Ed thinks it's not accountable, does not need to be transparent, does not to give us answers, they do need to give us answers. They're a public body, not a private corporation. Until next time, this is New Haven Independent Vlog News Summary. And remember, always pick up and recycle your trash while we still can.